Are you having a good time? No, seriously, but like, are you having a good time? Are you having a good time, though? What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another film that I recently watched, which is on Amazon, and it is one of the newer horror movies. This is a thriller horror movie, because it takes place in, like, a real-life horror. Nothing like Jason Voorhees. It's more scary because it could happen. It's one of the more realistic horror movies, and it does star Channing Tatum, and it is called Blink Twice, and it is called that because of one little throwaway line that was made at the beginning of the movie, where one of the hostesses was asked, "Hey, blink twice if you need help," because of how afraid and stiff she looked to be being spoke to by Channing Tatum in this movie. So, without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say about this movie before we get onto my thoughts. So, Blink Twice is a 2024 horror thriller which has a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 3.3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. You can watch this on Sky Store, Google Play, and Amazon Prime. When tech billionaire Slater King meets cocktail waitress Frida at his fundraising gala, he invites her to join him and his friends for a dream vacation on his private island. Wild nights soon blend into sun-soaked days, but when strange things start to happen, Frida must uncover the truth if she hopes to make it out alive. So, how the story opens up is with Frida just chilling at her job, hating life, hating her job because it is a shit job. And then Channing Tatum walks in, all star shiny, being like, "Hey, look what I can offer you, a really cool holiday vacation." So her and a friend go, and she does make friend with 3 of the girlies at this party, at this vacation, and they all have a great time. They have cocktails, they get to sunbathe, they get to have drugs, they get to party all day, party all night, and it's just a great time. Until her best friend gets bit by a snake, and then she wakes up next morning, and she tries this green liquid, which she thinks is some alcohol. I don't know what green liquid you've been drinking, lady, but I don't know any green alcohol. But sure, nonetheless, let's go. She be drinking that lean, and she then starts to remember shit that she shouldn't remember, and she finds out that it's actually snake venom. Uh-oh. And snakes are native to this island, and they only spawn on this island. And your entire operation kind of relies on these snakes not being around. And that's like my biggest issue with these snakes, because he is drugging these girls to forget everything, to forget their trauma, and to not remember anything, so they can get away and do whatever they want with them. But the only antidote to that drug is the snake venom. And it's like, the one thing that is the antidote to this drug is the snakes on your island. So why don't you sell this island and buy another that don't have these snakes on? That is an awful idea for me to give him, because it is aiding in his operation, but it just doesn't make sense from his point of view. Like, from his point of view, if he wants to get away with what he's doing, if he wants to do what he's doing successfully, why the fuck is he chilling on the one place that has these snakes? Because in this, like, movie, they say these snakes only exist on this island. Why? Why the fuck do these snakes only exist here? What could you possibly want this snake's venom for if it's the antidote to the drug? Like, who is using this antidote? Because the only drug you're using this on is the girls, which you want to be quote-unquote complicit with your plan. It's fucking stupid, and it doesn't make any sense, and it does royally piss me off. But continuing, this snake venom, which she drinks, gives her the memories to remember that the girl, and that she's gone missing, and everyone's just passing her around her lighter like it's nothing. And she then gives the snake venom to the other girls, and then they realize, hey, what the fuck's going on here? We don't know what day it is, we don't know how long we've been here, everybody keeps asking us if we're okay, and they have been raping us and forcing us to have sex and to dance for them, so they can get off to it. But then they'll drug us and make us forget, so then we stay here for longer and act like we're having a good time, or we think we're having a grand old time. So then they all fight back, and they kill 4 out of the 5 guys that are there. And the last one's Channing Tatum, and 2 of the girls end up dying, and the other 2 get out, but one of them doesn't actually get out. It's a fake out, and she's seeing it through like trauma, and it's like a figment of her imagination. So then she twists the tides and basically makes Channing Tatum her little bitch, and Channing Tatum just does everything for this girl now, and that's the movie. I'm gonna be honest, the fake out at the end where the girl didn't exist, the girl actually died, did upset me, because I did want them to make it out alive. I was rooting for these girls the entire time, because it was a fucking awful thing that Channing Tatum was doing. And to be fair, I don't blame them. If this dude, who is seen as perfect, this big rich billionaire, was like, hey, do you want to come to my private island and have a good old party? Me and my friends are going, and I would probably say yes. I probably wouldn't think twice about it. I probably wouldn't blink twice about it. Like, I would agree to that. Channing Tatum is hot. But then he goes and does this, and he is a rich billionaire, and all the rich billionaires are pricks. Like, all of them are pricks. Like, Tesla, if you want to send me a free car as a sponsorship, I'd do it, but Elon Musk, you are a prick. Still. Channing Tatum is a prick in this movie, and I genuinely thought he was a nice guy. I liked the sort of relationship that was building, for it to be pulled under us with this, like, fake, like, memory erasing drug, which... This is just a terrible, awful situation, and to be fair, this probably has or is happening right now, and that's fucking vile. Probably not the, like, memory bit, but, like, the other bit, like, going to the island and being forced to do this shit, probably exists, and that's fucking scary. That's terrifying, and it's awful, and, like, the way they go about it is really clever, because, like, the mystery is really well, like, built, and it's really well done. Just the one plot hole that I mentioned before is the snakes. Obviously, they need a way for them to, like, get this drug out of their system and to be able to remember everything, but I just feel like the snakes are such a cop-out, because it's like, why would Channing Tatum, this really smart billionaire tech company dude, base his entire operation on an island with the only animal that can fuck his operation up? It just doesn't make sense, like, story-wise. It just doesn't add up. And for whatever reason, Channing Tatum at the end has, like, a mind fuck, and is like, holy shit, what are we doing? Why is everyone dying? And it's like, what? He just snaps out of his, like, whole sort of sadistic, twisted, like, mind, and is like, holy shit, what is actually happening here? And it's like, where the fuck is this coming from? Why are you surprised? Like, that didn't make sense to me either. Like, why the fuck was he acting like that in the end? If I missed something, please can someone explain it down in the comments below. I genuinely did not understand why he, like, switched up like that, because he switched up real fucking quick. And there was another plot twist which I didn't get because it just didn't make sense, is that she'd been to this island before. That didn't fucking add up in my head. Like, fair enough, you might have been drugged, but you've already escaped this once, and you only remembered that you've been here before because you saw a photo. And it's like, how the fuck have you been here before? That felt really cheap as well, and it didn't really amount to anything. It was just there for shock value that she's been there before, and that was it. It was like the main reason for Channing Tatum to target her, being like, oh, I wanted you to come again because I actually liked you. But it's like, dog, what the fuck? That wasn't needed in the film, and it just made it more convoluted and complicated than it needed to be. Like, you already had a good, like, story like going for you. I don't get why you needed to overly convolute it and overly fill it with like random twists and turns that they didn't need to be, and it was so stupid. Like, with the movie was actually really good, the acting was great, the story was really cool, and it did have me like locked in from like start to finish, but there was some things that happened in the film that I was like, what the fuck? Why? Like, why add that? That just it just takes away from the movie and ruins it a little bit for me. So I can't give this movie any more than like an 8 out of 10 because of these like convolutions and like beats that just don't make sense or just get thrown in to add extra drama and try and be extra juicy when it doesn't need to be. Maybe it's to pad out the runtime. Maybe it's trying to get an extra reaction out of you. I don't know, but it was stupid.